Now, let's proceed sa aton nga next topic which talk about the endocrine system. So by the name itself, endocrine, so it pertains to the endocrine glands found in the different parts of the body of the animal. So sa sininga picture, as you can see, there are different or there are various types of endocrine glands and then at approximate location nila. So butang naton diri si pineal gland, pituitary gland, and then the hypothalamus. So it is located in the head. So we will assume that it is highly associated sa brain. Next is the thyroid gland. So as you can see, there is yung area. So actually, the thyroid gland is attached sa trachea, and then the parathyroid gland is located in association sa thyroid gland. Bali sa thyroid gland, nang dako-dako siya nga part, duha ni siya ka lobe sa thyroid, and then ang gamay dira nga attach is the parathyroid glands. So there are specific functions sa kada glands diri. And then the adrenal gland, so as you can see, this diri na to makitaan si adrenal gland and usually sort of triangular in shape na siya. So in relation sa other organs, it is usually located ng dorsal. What I mean is dorsal sa kidney. So amo na siya, doon na siya na-locate ang adrenal gland. So kung may kidney na diri, ma-locate na siya sa babaw sang kidney ang adrenal glands. Next is the pancreas, and na-discuss nato si pancreas is usually associated sa duodenum. So ma-discover nyo lang na kung sino si duodenum sa digestive system. And then doesn't mean nga both girl and boy ni siya. Actually, it's only an illustration sa reproductive organs. Nga ang testicle is main organ for generating sperm, and then the ovary for the egg cell, pero they also serve as endocrine organ. It's because the generation of sperm cell and egg cell and fertilization involves a series of endocrine reaction or endocrine or hormone reaction, to be specific. Okay. So ang ato lang diri is just a table to show kung ano ang mga hormones nga gina-release sa mga endocrine glands. So let's proceed first sa hypothalamus. Yes, it is located in the brain, associated with the brain, and there are lots of hormones nga involved there. So abbreviation lang ni siya. For further learning, you can search sa different nga or sa iya mismo nga sa iyang meaning. Pero i-mention ko lang sa during slide. So let's proceed sa CRH or corticotropin releasing hormone. Kung gusto niyo i-spell out, pwede niyo naman search sa internet. So the function of the corticotropin releasing hormone is to stimulate adenocorticotropic hormone or the ACTH. It is actually halin sa hypothalamus, makadto na siya sa pituitary gland. And then pagkadto sa pituitary gland ang CRH, magkato na siya para mag-stimulate sa ACTH na ara mismo sa adenohypophysis. So later ano niyo na kung sino si adenohypophysis. Next is the gonadotropin releasing hormones. Within itself, gonad, it pertains to sex organ, so the testicles and the ovary. So they release FSH and LH. So meaning sa FSH is the follicle stimulating hormone and the LH is the luteinizing hormone. So amo na siya, before ma-stimulate si FSH and LH, ma-release na sa hypothalamus sang GnRH. So amo na. Next is the growth hormone releasing hormone. So stimulate GH release or the growth hormone. So for the development of the body, para magdako, of course, si growth hormone na siya. And then kung inhibit naman ng growth, of course, growth hormone inhibiting hormone. So amo na siya. So gina-inhibit niya ang release sang growth hormone. So stimulates, paandar. Inhibit, stop. TRH is the thyroid releasing hormone. So as you can see, basta R-gani or releasing hormone, it is found in the hypothalamus. And then among stimulating hormone and the inhibiting hormone, ara na siya sa adenohypophysis or sa pituitary gland. Take note, adenohypophysis and pituitary gland are not synonymous or hindi sila kay tungod. Si pituitary gland is comprised of two parts. The adenohypophysis, just like na-discuss natin subog, and the neurohypophysis. So amo ni siya. So ang hormone sa neurohypophysis later na. So tapos na sa thyroid releasing hormone, next is the dopamine or prolactin inhibiting hormone. So prolactin release sa adenohypophysis na siya, pero kung gusto mag-inhibit, si dopamine ang responsible. Next is the oxytocin and the antidiuretic hormone. So synthesized in hypothalamus, stored, released from neurohypophysis. So take note, there are only two hormones as of today na ginarelease ng neurohypophysis. That is the oxytocin and the antidiuretic hormone. Ang other names ng antidiuretic hormone or ADH is the vasopressin. So kung gusto niyo spell out, pwede niyo lang sa search for further learning. So diri na ta sa anterior pituitary gland or the adenohypophysis. So gipang-mention ko ni kagina, so let's discuss sa function. So amo na tong function kagina sa mga hormones sa hypothalamus, ginapang-release mo ng hormone. So the question is, anong purpose ini? So diri naton ma-discuss ang purpose. ACTH or the adenocorticotropic hormone stimulates cortical development or glucocorticoid release sa adrenal cortex. So, stimulates si adenocorticotropic hormone, ma-stimulate ang cortical development, and then ma-release ang glucocorticoids. And take note, adrenal gland is involved in releasing siyang ACTH. Actually, ang by the name itself, cortical development glucocorticoid, actually this is considered as a stress hormone. So, once stress ang animal, amo ni siyang gaka-release. And then, of course, by the name of glucocorticoid, actually it is responsible for ng metabolism of glucose. That is why nga kung stress ang isa ka animal or stress ang tao, sige kaon. Kaya usually it is involved in the carbohydrate metabolism. So, may clue na kamo. Nga sinong ga-stimulate kung ga-stress ka. Amo na siya. Next, the follicle stimulating hormone. It doesn't, by the name itself, follicle, so sort of feminist nga term, pero it doesn't mean nga for female lang siya nga hormone. In the ovary or in the female, it stimulates the follicle development by the name itself. So ang follicles or itong mga egg cell. Of course, in the male counterpart, kung si egg cell ginal si FSH, sa dere is the sperm cells or the sperm development. Si FSH na ang responsible. Next is the LH or the luteinizing hormone, so stimulates ovulation. So mag-ovulate ang animal, luteinizing hormone ang responsible, development of the corpus luteum, and secretion of the corpus luteum sa ovary. And then sa male hormone or the androgens, amo na siya ang purpose sang luteinizing hormone, secretion of androgens sa male counterpart. Next is the growth hormone. So promotes growth in immature animals, and then mayara siya metabolic effects on carbohydrate, lipid, protein metabolism in adults. So by the name itself, growth hormone, of course, pampadako sa animal. That is why nga ang carbohydrate, lipid, and protein metabolism ang iyang responsibility or ang iyang role. Next is the thyroid stimulating hormone. So stimulates the release of thyroid hormones. Of course, the in mind, by the name itself, thyroid gland. So si TSH, halin sa pituitary gland, pagkat sa thyroid hormone, ma-release ang thyroid hormone. So ano na siya mga thyroid hormones? Later na. Next slide. Next, the PRL or the prolactin. So by the name itself, prolactin promotes lactation or the mga blood. So this is considered as the milk producing hormone, si prolactin. So kung sa milk producing hormone si prolactin, sino naman si milk secreting or involved in milk secretion? Dire si oxytocin, milk letdown. So dire na siya sa neurohypophysis or posterior pituitary gland. So not only sa milk letdown but also involves in the uterine contraction, mammary gland contraction. So amo na siya. And then the ADH or the vasopressin or the antidiuretic hormone, amo na siyang responsible for conservation of water and then reduces urine volume, physiology of the kidney. Araw lang ga-regulate kung how much water ang i-secrete sa kidney, how much water ang iyang i-store. By the name itself, antidiuretic hormone, diuresis is the medical term of ihi-ihi. So anti, so i-prevent ang ihi. So kung stimulate sa ADH, ma-less ang component or ma-less ang amount sang ihi. Pero kung wala sa ADH, sige ra kag ihi. Or kung mag-malfunction sa ADH, sige-sige lang ihi ang animal. Next is the adrenal cortex. So actually the adrenal gland is comprised of two. The glucose important roles in protein, carbohydrate, metabolism. So amo na siya. Amo na nga kung stress ang animal, ga-release sa glucocorticoids from the adrenal cortex. And then kung sa tao pa, sige kaon. So amo na siya. Kung na-stress mo sa aton nga topic, si glucocorticoids ang responsible. And then aside sa glucocorticoids, there is also the mineralocorticoids or the aldosterone. So involved siya sa kidney physiology. So it conserves sodium and eliminate potassium in the kidney. So amo na siyang purpose niya. Next, aside sa adrenal cortex is the adrenal medulla. So there are two hormones involved, the epinephrine and the norepinephrine. So they augment sympathetic response to stress by actions on several organs. So di ba ka-mention ko sa nervous system na there are two parts, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So sa sympathetic, fight and flight response. So sinong hormones nga involved dara? These are the two, epinephrine and norepinephrine. So kung ari ni sila, of course, it will stimulate the fight and flight response. So ano na siya. Next is the thyroid follicular cells, comprised of the T4 or the T3. So ang purpose is increased oxygen consumption, ATP generation. So in short, increased metabolism. So bantay mo nga may iban nga mga tawo nga grabe man ang kaon pero niwang yapon. Same as sa animal, grabe kaon pero niwang yapon. Isa ka indication dara, very active ang ilang thyroid gland. Grabing release ang thyroid hormone. Isa lang na siya possible differential but I am not saying nga amugi na ang rason. Isa lang sa possible differentials. And then the T3, ang meaning is triiodothyronine. And then the T4 is the thyroxine. So, ano na siya. Next is the thyroid parafollicular cell or the parathyroid siya. So, take note, the thyroid parafollicular cell, they release calcitonin. So, they promote calcium retention. So, once mag-release si parathyroid hormone, thyroid parafollicular cells, gina-retain niya ang calcium. So, siya ni ang ga-regulate sang calcium metabolism, si thyroid parafollicular cell. Pero si parathyroid hormone promotes increase in plasma calcium. So, pagwaya ang calcium halin sa bone pakadto sa bloodstream si parathyroid na. Pero kung gusto nila i-store si thyroid parafollicular cells. So, that's it. Okay, so let's proceed sa pancreas. Take note, pancreas is the organ that can function both an endocrine and exocrine in function. So, iyang exocrine function sa digestive system na siya or sa animal nutrition nga part, pero ang subong isang endocrine niya nga function. There are two types of cells. Actually, sa ibang libro is 4, pero ang main is, take note, the beta cell is the one that secretes insulin. So, familiar na ka mo ng insulin. Take note that insulin promotes lipid synthesis. So, in short, ginatago niya ang glucose or ginapasulod ang glucose inside the cell. That is why nga gahambal kung high blood ang tao or high blood sugar level, anong gina-inject? Insulin. Kaya anong purpose ng insulin? Ipasulod ang mga glucose sa bloodstream inside the cell para i-metabolize. Ano na siya. Pero kung low blood ang tao, ano naman ang involved? Of course, what I mean is low blood sugar level, not meaning low blood. Low blood sugar level, ang sama na, or sa animal, that is the responsibility of the alpha cells. They release glucagon para mapagwa ang glucose or mag-produce pagid damo-damo nga glucose. So that's it. So, ari magaling ang mga abbreviations. So may na dere. So you can watch this. Pwede niyo man ma-screenshot while watch ka mo. Okay? Screenshot na. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay. Pop-up quiz. So, what animal performs winking of its vulva when in heat? So, ano na siyang winking? Ara ba lang kita nyo kabot ko ha? Tanaw sa video kung ano ko. Gawin na. Ano siya? Tanaw ang video ha, not the PowerPoint. Ako, mismo tanaw. Gawin siyang winking. So, ano nga animal nga kung in heat siya, gawin ng iya nga vulva or ang iya nga muning? So, that is the horse. So, okay. Baka patugay sa mga transition. Dali lang kita. Okay. So, as you can see, tanaw. Wala pa na, pero kung in-hit ganina, mo, abre lang na siya. Iya. Kung gusto niyo ma-appreciate, pwede ka makatanaw sa video para ma-tanaw ninyo, ma-appreciate ninyo kung ano ang winkings ng kabayo. So, okay. Okay, that's it for the endocrine system. So next topic, we'll talk about cardiovascular system. So thank you for listening and hopefully damo ka mong learn. For further questions, you can PM me or you can post it sa comment section ng sining video. So thank you and God bless.